Welcome everybody, my name is Jess and I am a reseller. Today I'm going to go over specifically what items have sold for me on Etsy in the last month. Now this is the end of January 2024 and I'm surprised to say that I've actually had a great sales month. Now I sell on multiple platforms. I use List Perfectly to cross post. If you guys want to try it out, I have a discount code down below. I can't remember if it's affiliate or not, if I get a discount. I don't think it is. I also want to know I have been a reseller for 7 years. I have been selling on Etsy for about 5. I almost gave up 3 months in. It does take time to kind of get the understanding. I gave it 6 months and I felt like I had regular sales. I do have a decent sized store. I think I have, I'll have to put in the corner. I can't remember right now because I've been listing so much, but I just want to show you what I've been selling. These are vintage items, which means they are 20 years or older. And I believe I sold about $800 so far this month. It's the 26th, so I still have like 5 days. December obviously was higher. I think I made $1,300 because it was, December. But without further ado, let's get started. I'm just going to be popping the pictures up in the corner, and I may actually use the pictures from eBay because they just show better than the Etsy, so we'll wait and see. I'm not doing a screen share on the computer because that's too much effort on my part, so here we go. Grandpa cardigans do so well, either 80s or 90s styles with like a little geometric preppy look, and they sell for me in under a month, between 40 and 50 bucks. This one sold for $50. Let me click on it just to make sure. It's an 80s geometric print. It's pretty neutral. I like the shades of blue that's on it. Of course, it's acrylic. It's not showing me. Sometimes I send out a discount code if it's in somebody's cart or if they favorite it, and they can get 10 or 15% off, but it's not showing me. I do always have the buyers pay for shipping, so they did pay an additional $8.75 to have it shipped, and very happy with that. Again, I've had that listed for about a month. It says $52.59, so I'm not sure if they got it on sale for $40 and then paid. I'll put it in the corner again. The next one I sold was an 80s style black cocktail dress. It was a longer length. It draped and hung very nicely and flattering on the dress form I have. I described it as Grecian, goddess, all the things. So very happy with that. It sold for about $80, and that one was listed in October. So I'm just noting the sweater I had was listed December 30th, so it sold in about 3 weeks, and then the dress sold in like 4 months. Vintage dresses typically can take a minute, which is okay. And I was hardly anything into those as my cost of goods is relatively very cheap. The next one did take a while to sell. I didn't realize this. I even still had it, but it was the gray tag Nike, which is like early Y2K, like a maroon crew neck sweatshirt. It had the side swoop. Now if it had the center swoosh, that I could have made quite a bit more because of Travis Scott. A lot of popular like celebrities and influencers can make certain items more desirable. So just make note of that if you are into pop culture at all, to pay attention to what people are wearing because it can make an influence on certain fashion. Okay, the other one was a Tickle Me Elmo from the 90s. I sell these all the time, and if you check comps on eBay, they are trash, like $15. This one I ended up selling for $30-ish. Gosh, guys. So on my computer, it does not show. It shows they were all in at $44.51. So it cost me about $8 to ship it. If that gives you an idea, about $35 is what I would make on that. And it was a gift. So that's always fun. I did just send out a gift the other day. What item was it? Oh, the Nike sweatshirt. It was a gift, and they left a little note for the person it's being gifted to. So I did include a little card, and I did wrap it with my packing paper to make it look like a present. I know additional charge because I'm just like that. Okay, next, a couple of these. So I have had these 1950s yellow metal kitchen canister spread box and like a paper towel holder in my storage death pile for almost 3 years. I got it at a yard sale. Paid $5 for everything, so I'm about $1.60 into each set. And they're 1950s Ransburg yellow metal hand painted these canisters. It was a set of 4, and they all had the lids. They did show a little bit of wear, but not bad for their age. And I sold those for $74.99. I was very happy with that, with shipping. Okay, this next item, they actually got a discount on. The matching bread box. Now, it wasn't only a bread box, but it had another compartment up above. Really neat, very unique. It had quite a bit of rust on the bottom, but due to its age, it was pretty desirable. I had a lot of attention on all the other platforms. But on Etsy, it sold for $85.07. All in. Shipping cost $23. It went clear to California, unfortunately, and I'm here in Illinois, so I did have to pay an additional $4, but typically I charge a flat rate for shipping, so it ultimately equals out. The next one I sold was an 80s hand knit like cottage core sweater with blue and pink hearts on it. Very, very cottage core. Probably for Valentine's. This person bought it. Again, this was on sale, which is fine. I've had this one listed a hot minute. I don't even have when it was listed. So I'm guessing I've had it at least a year. And it sold all in at $49. The next item is still up in the air. Something I have never done before. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, I sold this 2006 Care Bears plush. It is the Blue Moon glitter nose eyes, I don't know, Bedtime Bear. I had previously sold it on Mercari for like $27 or something. Well, it sold a couple weeks ago, and if you cross list, you know, sometimes things, you forget to delete them off other platforms, and I forgot to delete it off Etsy. So I thought I would try something if I could get the right price. This item on January 22nd, somebody purchased this Care Bear for all in $44.64. I bought this all in with shipping for like $16 on Mercari. No, either Mercari or eBay, one or the other. So I still would have decent profit margin. It's considered drop shipping, I believe. So I'm kind of taking this other buyer's word that it is clean as it was shown. They did have decent, seller feedback, but I'm a little nervous because if it's not as described, I will be held liable, but I will totally own up to it. I just wanted to try something new. So again, it still will be profitable for me, but it's the exact same item in the exact same condition, but it is kind of sketchy. I've never done this before. I could totally learn my lesson and won't ever do it again, but I felt really bad canceling the sale. So I went ahead and we'll see if it works. Obviously beforehand I changed the address and everything, but I don't know. We'll wait and see how that goes. Sometimes you bend the rules a little bit, and that was a case that I actually did. Okay, the next one, I also had this tons of stuff in a location in our basement. This stuff went untouched for 3 years. During COVID, like when the Goodwills and all the thrift stores were shut down, like when the country was at a standstill, and everybody's sales were like through the roof, right? Because everybody's shopping online. I got donations from local people because they were cleaning out their house with all their free time, and they couldn't take it to the thrift stores because they weren't accepting donations. So I would meet up with people and collect their stuff or pick it up from their house if they were local. And I did very well with this. I came across somebody donated their Wizard of Oz collection. Now, it doesn't seem to be highly collectible at the time or currently because I have the figurines that have not gotten much attention, but they did a collab with Madame Alexander, which is a collectible doll company, and I had a set of 11 Madame Alexander dolls. These were originally actually from McDonald's Happy Meal toys, but I did end up selling the set of all of them for $53 all in. It did cost me about, I think, $8 to ship it to New York. So $0 investment. Very happy with that. I did have to clean them up a little bit because they were in storage for 3 years, but it did take me a couple minutes. The next one, maybe a fetish. I don't know. I did try these on as if I can fit into something and I feel like that I will wear it. I feel in my recent experience that items are selling quicker with me trying it on. It's an adult onesie, but you can't use onesie because it's licensed by Gerber, so don't do it. You'll get a bureau on eBay and possibly other sites. It's a footy pajamas, like a sleeper. It was this really nice teal blue. I'm 5'5", and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody taller than 5'5". It was a cotton. This was older, and I had a typo in the title. I put vintage 60s adult. It's this brand called Dr. Denton, and I don't know if it's a certain following. They also mainly made children's pajamas, but these were adult. I got these for like $1. I think they were for $1 sale or something super, super cheap. $1, maybe $2. I did squeeze myself into them. I'm a medium. These were an extra small to small, and they had a back opening. The elastic was still good on them. Crazy, crazy. They did have a discount, but I was still all in for $72.49, which I was totally okay with because they sold in a couple weeks. Yeah. 11 days to be exact. And I probably paid about $6 or $7 to have those shipped. The next one I have had for sale for quite a while, and it kind of surprised me. I do pretty well with 90s Ralph Lauren pieces if they're substantial or have a beautiful pattern and or material content. It was a 90s Ralph Lauren, really vibrant orange floral silk maxi dress. Gorgeous colors and everything. I've had this listed, I believe, for about a year, but it sold all in for $60.46. They did have a discount code, but I'm totally happy with that. And I did already get a 5-star rating for that one. And again, I probably only paid, the most I would pay for it is probably about $3.50. The next one was obviously a quick sale. It's the Kansas City Chiefs, sorry. Y2K, that's what made me pick it up, and that's why it was over on Etsy, because it's from the early 2000s, was a Reebok windbreaker. It was in really nice condition, extra large. It had like the side pocket, or the side zips on each side. It was pretty different. But I sold that one, sold in like, what's 11 minus 3? 8. 8 days. That one sold in 8 days for all in of $51.65. They did have a code, so they did get a little bit of a discount. Now for a commercial break. Just kidding. I switched to zero sugar soda a year ago when I decided to get healthy and lose weight, and I love this soda. I tried it for the first time the other day, and I drank other cherry flavored zero sodas, and it always still has a little bit of that diet soda taste. This one does not. I am not a huge fan of cream soda, but this one is amazing. Okay, now back to your regular content. All right, the next one is a brand you may be familiar with. It's called Michael Simon. I heard about it from Lavender Clothesline a few years ago. And he is known for his highly embroidered sweaters, cardigans, stuff like that, usually with novelty prints, nicer quality. This one I did sit on for a while. I don't have the date listed here, but I'm going to say at least 6 months. It sold all in for $51.68. They did have a discount code, and it was adorable. It's black and it's got the little teacups or coffee mugs. So if you're really into some tea or your coffee like me, then it's just very like artsy hipster vibes to me. But all right, the next one is no other than a baby blanket. I sell them so much. It is the nylon binding. The satin ones I feel like are maybe a little bit more desirable because it's smoother and it's more of a sensory thing. Like my little girl has a blanket with a satin trim on it, and she seriously rubs it to go to sleep. So it's a thing. My older sister also has a thing with satin. So yeah. Anyways, it was pink quilted. I think it had little bears on it. Sold all in for $60.07. And I think I was into that maybe $1 or $2. I don't have it listed how long it took to sell, but I'm guessing under 6 months. I'll try to put all the information up in the corner as I do track when I list items. I have all the information located on my eBay store, which I have Etsy pulled up at the moment. All right, the next one, and so I'm going back, but I'm only going to go back 30 days. The next one I have was a cute 90s, maybe early Y2K Hawaiian spaghetti strap sundress. Really cute mini dress. This did take a minute to sell. This was listed since October. So it took like 3-ish months to sell. Well, over 3 months to sell. Again, I don't know why I don't have oh, you know what? I know what it is. Okay. So in my eBay SKU, I always put the date I listed, or the price, the date, how much it weighs. And when I cross list with List Perfectly, you can't have dollar signs in your SKU for Etsy. It doesn't work with their system. And so I always just delete how much I paid for it because I refer back to eBay when I do my spreadsheet paperwork. So that's why I'm not seeing prices on how much I paid for it, but I'm guessing only a few dollars. $48.94 all in. They were hesitant to buy it because they needed it for a wedding by a certain date. And you guys know around the holiday times that shipping is not necessarily the most efficient. However, I didn't have any issues except maybe one for this whole holiday shipping season. So I feel like it was a lot better than previous. Comment down below how your shipping experience was as far as delivery times and or any lost packages, because I was pretty happy with mine. I ship almost the majority of everything through USPS. So, okay, moving on. The next item, which just goes to show you, also had lower comps on eBay of about $15 to $20, but I sold it over on the Etsy for all in $38.55. I had to use Google Lens, which can be a best friend, to find what this character was. It was Disney. It was Tito from Oliver and Company, which I don't think I've actually watched, from 1988. He did have the wired legs, so you could technically pose him. I think he also had the wires in his ears, which are very floppy, kind of like Yoda. He did sell in less than a month, a couple weeks he sold. Very happy with that. I did pay, I believe, $2 for him. The next, I was really hesitant to pick up, but I got at the Goodwill outlet, were these pair of Y2K rubber slip-on clogs. They kind of remind me of like a Croc wannabe, but they're by Dr. Scholl's. I have seen people talk about Dr. Scholl's, but it's been about 5 years when they had kind of a moment. But the style of the clog mule with like the little buckle accent kind of got me. So I did go ahead and risk it at the bins. They were probably around $2 is what I paid. And all in, the people were $46.99 sold, shipped. The next I've had forever. I've had so much activity on it. Again, I'll put in the corner how long. I'm guessing I probably had about 18 months. I got this for a few dollars, I believe. And it was a 70s kitschy retro crewel embroidered kids growth chart. Super, super, super cute. I believe there was one part near the top that was not complete, but it looked complete to me. Again, if I didn't say, it was $48.80 all in. They had a little bit of a discount code. All right, we've got a few more items left, and apparently my phone is telling me that my time limit is almost up, so my memory may be about full on this phone already, which is crazy. The next one was this 80s styled acrylic mock neck geometric sweater. I am being a little bit more selective with these because I have quite a few that have been not sold for like a year, but this one did sell for all in a $52.15. They just know they can be slower sellers if they're women's. My men's sweaters move a lot quicker and typically for a higher price point. Again, $52.15 is what was all in on this, and nothing really to say about it. The next item I have is this 80s small green floral belted midi dress. I do like that it's long sleeve. It had its matching belt. I love the pattern on it. It wasn't the typical drop waist. I try to stay away from drop waisted gowns unless it's more of a cocktail dress with sequins and is very maximalist style, because I feel like dresses from the Golden Girls era, I don't feel like they move as quick. So did I tell you what that sold for? Can you tell I have ADHD? I do take medication for it too. That one was all in at $68.75. Now, if you can tell, I don't list lower end items. If I do, I will only put them on eBay or Mercari. Okay, I've got to speed it up. I'm running out of time. I've got 4 minutes before my phone is telling me to stop. The next one I was totally blown away with because I have passed these up in the past because I have one for sale, but it sold. I sold an 80s leather flight bomber. It had this really cool map interior liner. That's what made me pick it up because I feel like I see these all the time and nothing really stands out about it to me, but the map liner is what made me purchase it. And I sold it for $181.99 all in. Shocked, shook. I believe it costs about $12 to ship it, so do keep that in mind, but I paid only a few dollars for it. And most of my vintage items typically have a small flaw. I'm not afraid to list items. I will do small repairs. And that's it, because that one sold on the 26th, and today's the 26th, so I'm not going to go back any further, but thank you so much. I'm trying to do more curated videos for each platform. I do sell on multiple ones, and I was happy with my sales so far, and we'll be making another what sold video for Poshmark and eBay. If you want to stay tuned, I will have those out in the next couple of days. All right, I'll catch you in my next video, guys. Bye.